Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So forgive me, I am right next to kind of a busy road here, so you might get a lot of road noise as I'm doing this video. But I figured I would share this opportunity with you guys. So it's not every day you get to see both a Lunar Rock Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro right next to cement gray Tacoma TRD Pro. So I figured I'd share this with you. About a few days ago, a gentleman on Instagram reached out to me and said, hey, I appreciate your videos, and you kind of helped me, land a good deal on mine. I paid MSRP, and even getting that out here in Washington State was a bit of a chore, as I've shared with you guys before. So he reached out and said, hey, got this, and I live kind of in your neck of the woods. If you'd like, we could definitely meet up and do a side-by-side video. So here we are doing that. So I definitely appreciate him being willing to do that, and I'll share his tag in the video description below if you guys want to reach out to him with any questions or anything. He doesn't post any really truck related content for now, or at least yet, but if you want to reach out to him and ask him questions, he's definitely down to answer them. So let's talk through the major differences. So the major differences between the 2017 here and the 2021 over there is, sunroof. Sunroof was implemented in 2019, if I recall correctly. The headlights are a big change that happened, I think, 2020. They kind of went to that, as you see here, and they went to, we'll get a closer look here in a minute, but they went to that more of that LED strip, kind of that futuristic look, and definitely more aggressive. But that's kind of a matter of perspective, which one you like better. But we'll look at both of them here in a second. As you know, mine does have a Icon Stage 9 lift kit on it, as well as some 285/70/17 tires. So just a larger tire setup. He also just put on some, I think they're 265/75 16s, if I recall. We'll look at it closer here in a second. So he upgraded his tires as well to some Falcons, which look pretty sweet. What else? Some major differences. He too just purchased some rock sliders, but much like a lot of the rock slider companies, and I guess a lot of aftermarket part companies, there's a huge backlog, so he's got to wait several weeks to get them. He just tinted the windows. I got window tint on mine. I have a bed cover on mine here, but these are, of course, additions. I believe if I recall correctly, I think he does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, where that is not the case within mine here. He's already let Peanut take a visit in his the back of his truck there. So let me pop over here. Another difference is this is a chrome exhaust tip here, whereas he has a darkened black chrome exhaust tip here. Same exhaust, same TRD catback exhaust, which it has a good throaty sound to it. Want to say hi, Peanut? Say hey, you too. Oh yeah, here, watch. Okay. Okay. So taillights are the same. I believe his came with the Tacoma decal inserts, as that's one thing that I ended up putting on mine, of course. In here we got about, look at that, there's a birthday party happening tomorrow, and we crammed about probably 10 too many balloons in the back of this. So if it looks like it's sitting up a little bit higher, that's probably why. So same exact tail lights, darkened tail lights. His did come with the tailgate lock. Whenever he unlocks it, it will lock the rear, which is a good thing, of course. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Let me do a side-by-side of the wheels here. So personally, I think these are a huge improvement. If you guys remember, back in 2017, really all the way up until 2020, they had these, they were just gloss black, and they're just really basic looking, in my opinion, whereas these, they definitely look the part, look super aggressive. I would argue that these are the best looking TRD wheels on all the TRD Pros. So, including the Tundra, I think these look best. And these, as you know, came off of a 4Runner TRD Pro, and in 2021 they implemented the new 4Runner TRD Pro wheel, as you guys have seen on my super white one. Have a side-by-side of the suspension here, so it's a little dirty. And of course the tires. These are Toyota Open Countries, again 285/70 17s. Let me make sure I quoted it correctly. I think I might have said it wrong earlier. So these are 265 75 16s is what he has on it. I think they look great. We'll pop in here. So much of this is going to be very similar, of course, with the exception of the sunroof in here. We'll pop over to his. Get it unlocked first. While we're up front, let's look at this headlight again real quick. So obviously it says Pro right here on this side, which I think looks really neat. And then of course TRD on this side. I think that's a nice touch. I'm indifferent on them though, honestly. You know, as much as I want to hype them up looking at them, they definitely do look good, but I just wonder if they're just kind of, I don't know, not too Audi-ish or too just, I don't know. I'll let you guys kind of be the answer to that question, what you think. If you think this is too antiquated at this point. Obviously still same darkened, blacked out headlight housing as this. It does look cool with like the, I don't know, the 3 little slashes there. It does look good. All right, let's hop in real quick. You guys know I just put the AJT Design Toyota emblem cover, which people feel indifferent on that. But yeah, so this is a updated display here compared to mine. You got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, whereas that was not quite implemented within the 2017s at that point. All of this is about the same. So this right here, this little inner trim piece is normally a chrome, kind of like this right here. So that chrome is what you have right there within mine, within the 2017, but I changed it out for a black trim piece through AJT Design. Trying to think what else. I think maybe just a different color will maybe pop back over to mine, but just different color trimming, like right here. I think that's different between the two of them. Maybe just a couple other small things, but overall, holistically, it is, you know, it's the same truck, same interior. You do have, this was big news, I should have started with this, forgive me, you know, being able to adjust your seating position and going up and down is a big is a big thing. Obviously over there, it is all the tall folks tend to complain about the older generation. I think in 2020 or 2019, don't totally quote me, I think 2020 is when they introduced the seat adjustment. Actually might have been 19. Anyways, but back in 2017, that was a big gripe. People would get in here, if you're a taller cat, it was a really awkward seating position because you'd get in there and your legs just almost like you're in a go-kart, just straight out. So it wasn't necessarily the most comfortable rig. Alrighty. One other thing I wanted to show you, so both of them do have the TRD front skid plate, of course, but he put on, so they both have this, of course, the TRD skid plate. Mine does not have the red. I'll show you that in a second. You can kind of see it there. It does not have the red TRD in it. But hopefully I can show you. It's not going to come through too well. But he has a CBI skid plates all underneath there. You can kind of see the black, right? So that's pretty neat. It was pretty quick to put that on. I mean, if you're going to be off-roading, absolutely, that's a smart investment. Not getting your, you know, undercarriage totally knocked up and beat up on rocks and whatnot. So I think that's a good purchase. He was quick to get the AJT Design key fob. This is mine, but you know, he has the same one but in Lunar Rock for his, which I think is always a wise first purchase. What else? I think that those are the largest differences. I'm sure once I get, right after I end this video, I'm going to remember, oh wait, I forgot to mention that, but both of them, of course, have the Rigid Industries fog lights, which I think look fantastic. I think they look best on the Tacomas. Tell me what you guys think. I mean, I think they're the best, I don't know, best integrated, right? I mean, they're like within the black trim piece here toward the whole front of the bumper. I think it just kind of flows together extremely well. But I think that about wraps it up. I'll just kind of do one kind of pan out and do one more walk, drive by, and call it good. So they're definitely super similar, Lunar Rock and cement. You know, depending on the lighting that you're getting it, you know, of course, the Lunar Rock looks a little bit more of a greenish hue to it. I mean, you can kind of see it here at this angle, but they're definitely super similar. It's just a matter of preference, really. I think they're both beautiful. Some people, like I mentioned before, they either love or hate this trim, this badge right here. Personally, I think it looks sweet, but some people just think it's, you know, it's too much, too big. Yeah, all right, guys. Well, I've made this video plenty long. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And again, if you have a question about his rig, about, you know, CVI, CBI, skid plates, or whatever it is, feel free to drop a comment, and you know, he'll be tracking the comments too and be able to follow up with you. The one obvious thing I forgot to mention too is Toyota Safety Sense, right? So you do have the adaptive cruise control, stuff like that, all the additional safety features on this guy, whereas you don't get them on my 2017 Heroes. Before all those goodies were introduced, of course. Alrighty, well, we'll wrap up the video there, guys. I appreciate you watching as always. Until next time.